Okay, here we go with some hints for homework sheet 4. Question 1, a bit of BODMAS to start off with. We have a time sum in the question, so we need to do that part first of all. So 34 times 65, get your answer to that, and then add on the 237. The second question, the fractions. Now we know the method for multiplying fractions is that the first thing we need to do is to take that first fraction, 5 1/3, and turn it top heavy. We know how we turn them top heavy, is we do the bottom number times the front number, add the top number. Denominator times the whole number, add the numerator. So 3 times 5, add 1. That will give us a new top number. Bottom number stays as 3. 5 over 12. Now we need to do some cancelling. So if you've done it properly, this number here will cancel with this number here a certain amount. Then you just have to do the top times the top over 3 times whatever the new bottom number is. Question 3, 37.5%. If you remember yesterday, or just the other day I should say, when we were doing these in class, 12.5% we were told was equivalent to 1/8 as a fraction. So 37.5%, that's going to be equivalent to how many eighths? Once you've worked that one out, then we divide the bottom number into the 440 and then times by the top number. Question 4 is really just an add and subtract integers question. Pete won 5 games, so put a 5 there. He drew 3 games, so put a 3 there. And he lost 6 games, so put a 6 there. Now for every one you win you get 3 points. So 5 times 3 means he scored 15. For every one you draw you get 1 point, so he gets 3 for that. And if you lose any you get 2 points taken off, so 6 of those is negative 12. If you add all that together, then you can work out what he scores. Parts B and C follow in a very similar way. Question 5, solve equations. Take 3x off that side, means you need to take it off that side. So that will give you a new number of x's. And then the opposite to take away 2 when it moves over is add 2. So you get a new number on this side, and then you can work out what x is. Okay, it should come out to be a whole number. Question 6, the area. So remember, the big mistake in the paper is that this radius is 4 centimetres. So you put 4 into this formula, pi times 4 squared on your calculator. A square is length times breadth. Question tells us it's a 4 by 4 square, so that's 4 by 4. Won't need our calculator for that. And then part C, for the shaded area in the middle, that's just the area of the circle, take away the square. So whatever your first answer was, take away the square to get your answer for part C. 7. How long will it take her to complete 1 metre? So how long is a time question, so we're going to use the formula distance is equal to speed times time. Okay, do we know the distance that Sally slithers, and do we know the speed at what she's going at? Well, the question tells us that the distance is 1 metre, and it also tells us that she can slither at 32 centimetres per hour. Now here's where we have a little bit of a problem, because the top is measured in metres and the bottom is measured in centimetres. So the first thing you're going to have to do with this question is you're going to have to change the top to centimetres, or if you don't like that, you need to change the bottom into metres. but you need to make sure that these two units are consistent. Okay, so metres and centimetres can't work together, so change the metres to centimetres or change the centimetres to metres. Okay, once you've done all that, because of what we've just learned in class about your calculators, if you then press on your calculator, depending on which type of calculator you've got, second, DMS, or the button that's got the little degree sign and then the little commas, okay, that will then convert that into a nice easy time for you to read. Question 8, here we've got a stack of 2p coins. Okay, now we know that the height of that stack is 384,400 kilometres. And we need to know how much each of these little ones, or how many of these little ones will actually fit in there. Now the little ones are only 2 millimetres tall. So it's the same problem as the last question. This is in kilometres, this is in millimetres. Right, we need to change them. So the first thing I'd be doing is I'd be changing kilometres into millimetres. So how do we do that? First of all, change it to metres, then change it to centimetres, then change it to millimetres, and then see how many 2's actually fit in there. Once you've done that, once you know how many coins you've got, you can work out how much they're worth for the second part of the question. And then lastly, number 9. Gary scored 28 out of 40 in his test, or sorry, his homework. What's that as a percentage? Well, if I was doing this question to turn a fraction into a percentage, I would times it by 100. Okay, how am I going to do that? Cancel. So what number do you know which can divide into 40 and into 100? And keep doing that until you get it all the way cancelled down, and you'll have your answer as a percentage. Okay, hope that helps.